If your wife is thinking, you know what, I was thinking of becoming a Muslim, right? I know this is probably a sensitive topic, right?
This guy went religion.
Well, I'm just hypothetical. No, actually, this is a real.
like
this,
that. Yeah,
this is
go ahead. I like
no,
it.
no. This is actually a real thing in a lot of houses, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Converting?
say, yeah.
Okay.
So say your wife or your husband are a practicing Muslim, right, or a practicing Catholic, right, but you want to steer your family in a Christian direction, right, or alternatively a Muslim direction, right. Who should have the final say as to where your family should go as far as a practicing religion is concerned?
You see that right there?
So
I'll be dead
you have,
honest.
you have
I don't
kids.
even-
You have kids. Let's say you have kids
I
too.
don't even want to touch that one. In a sense, not of like
It's sensitive.
No,
Yeah.
not that it's sensitive stuff like that. I just like with that. That's probably the toughest one I can get. Like that isn't just a simple who makes the money, because again that's your like the only thing I don't even want to say that.
And there,
Because what I was gonna say was if one is heavier into their faith than the other, I guess you can go with that. But just because I'm not into that whole believing in a spirit or this, like maybe I'm not into like was it atheist? Like I don't believe in none of that stuff.
Yeah.
But you do. Like you can't. I don't know. That's where it might have to be. Like with no kids.
So you have
And that's the thing,
if you have no
you see,
kids,
it's cool until the marriage part, and it depends on what you're going. Because I know with some religions, yeah, they want you to convert. Some you don't need to convert; you can stay yours, and people live like one does their religious thing, the other one does. Maybe one might even partake in the other ones, and just because that's their spouse, and they want to just
yeah.
be a part of what they do or whatever. So they'll take in and stuff, but. Like the
Well,
extreme ones, like to fully convert. Like if they're both about their religions,
Yeah.
that's I don't know. I don't even know how that would. Maybe you just can't be together because it depends on how extreme, like how serious the families are, because they're definitely going to be involved. As much as they shouldn't have any say in what's going on, if you're religious like that, usually most of the time the family has to be involved, or the family is involved in decisions and stuff like that.
So
I couldn't even say that. That would be a really, really hard one to like.
yeah, I think if you raise a good point. If you don't have kids, I think it's a little bit more easier, right? Because you can either decide, okay, well, I feel strong about my religion. You feel strong about your religion. Let's just separate, and
Maybe later on we
can try something else. But for now, I'm focused on others. Now, if you have kids in the mix, right, and later on in that relationship, you now practice to be a Muslim, or
This is before they get to 18, where they can make their own decisions.
Right.
So
Right. So you have young kids, and then you're not practicing Muslim, or you're practicing Catholic, or practicing
whatever
Christian,
religion you are, yeah, just using those examples.
How do you now? Who takes the lead and say, listen, I want our kids to be raised like this, or I want our kids to be raised this way? To me, this may sound sexist, but
Because it is. They say anytime someone starts off with stuff like that, it's going to end up being that way. But I get what you're saying.
I really do feel as if
these are opinions, folks, not
this is
facts.
I really do feel the male or the man in the relationship should direct the family as a whole in regards to which practicing religion they should go forth in, right?
Yeah.
So, again, I'm going to revert back to caveman days and back in biblical days. It was the man at the head of the household, right? And not to say that women don't make proper and good decisions, but it's always been, if we want this to go, if we want this to work, the person that has the bigger voice, because men aren't, and I think we can all agree with this, men aren't emotional thinkers.
Or aren't emotional thinkers?
Emotional. So when we, for the most part, when we think about, when we want to adjust things, or if we want to coordinate things, or if we want things to move, we sit back and we say, you know what? let's do it this way, let's do it this way, let's do it this way. I tend to think that females tend to run on emotions, and that's when they make decisions, right?
They do, but I think men make emotional decisions. We just act like it's not.
Yeah.
Because we think it's that's an emotional decision.
True.
If your whole thing is I'm the man, I think that's a little bit emotional in there too, because you're in our feelings about it. We just don't cry if we don't get our way, or what, in a sense, or like get that dramatic about it, but you're still in your feel. We may not show it. Like, we could sit here and make a decision and everyone can laugh about it, but deep inside, the man's probably not happy about it. He's probably pissed off and crying inside, but he's not showing it. Yeah. A female doesn't care, like, or woman, sorry, I don't want to say female, but a woman doesn't necessarily care. Like, they'll let you know, like, you fucking hurt me. Like, I didn't like that. They'll let it. That's why we say, oh, that's an emotional decision you're making. The man's making an emotional decision too.
But I think
so I think we do. It's just shown in different ways, or we're emotional about different things.
But to be a leader, and especially in your household, right? You shouldn't make decisions based on emotions.
But you shouldn't only make decisions based on mind, because people have feelings.
Right.
You can't ignore someone's feelings.
I completely understand that. But historically,
Doesn't
this may come off.
But his story hasn't always been right.
Right. This may come off as harmful to whomever, but I'm just being honest here. Historically, males don't tend to base their decisions on emotions.
And historically, it hasn't always worked. Look at the world, the way the world ended up. We had
100%.
slavery. 100%. If there was some emotion behind that, maybe we wouldn't have had slavery. But the man were thinking logically, we can make money off of them. Have feelings. Let's do this. But maybe if they were thinking with emotions like, yo, these are humans. We will make money and but these are human beings. Maybe it wouldn't have gone on that long. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. We don't know this. So we can't really, looking at history's been bullshit. Run by men. So we can't be like, the man, we make, you need to be sometimes emotional, sometimes not. Sometimes you need a blend of both.
That's right.
It needs to, we keep thinking that it needs to be one way. You need to think this way and only logic thinking. You can't only think logically because you have emotion. Why? Because if we thought logically, governments would be working together. It's emotion. Look at Trump. Trump is pissed that people did things, and he's running on emotion. I'm getting this guy back. I'm getting this guy back. That's emotion. If we just don't take it, when we see men do it, we make it as like, it's a strategy thing, or it's a smart thing to do, and this and that and that. But if it was a woman, I guarantee if a woman was going at people, we'd be like, yo, she's all emotional. Why is she in her feelings? Why is this and that and that? But Trump's heavy in his feelings right now. Right. Making decisions on what he feels he should do. He ain't making no rash, proper mind decisions. Decisions that work for the people. He's making decisions for himself.
I think using Trump is a bad example.
But that's you can't say that, because that's an emotion. That's a man making emotion. You said, caveman thinking.
I said predominantly. I didn't say all. I said predominantly. So there's one of a few in a bunch.
Who's been presidents predominantly? Men, not no women. And look where we've been.
Let me ask you something. Why?
Look where we've ended up in this world.
Why?
Because men think they run everything. They didn't let women. Yes, because the brood, ha, boom, boom, boom. We can beat up on women. We can do this. We can do that. That was the male mentality. It started shifting after a while because you realize you need a woman. They still, obviously, we're way better than we were in the caveman days. But they're still around where there's countries that are run by women, and
Germany, I think, is one of them.
I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing anything bad. Doesn't mean people might be like, well, you don't hear great. But the thing is, you don't want to hear bad things. You don't want to hear anything about a place, really. Yeah. You can hear, you look it up and it might be good things, but really in the news only really reports bad things. Yeah. You don't really hear bad things now about places run by women, or you don't even know if it's run by a woman because they don't want you to know that, because they'll be like, oh, look, there's another place that's being run decently or run well by a woman. There's some places that aren't, and there are places are, but you're not hearing about that.
This is sort of like a catch-22 in a sense, because a man will get blamed. It's like, be a man, do this, do that, do that, do that, do this, do this. Okay, well, if you want me to be a man, if you want somebody to do all this stuff, let me make the final decision on things, or make the man make the final decisions on
But that's
things.
what I'm saying. What is be a man? And be a man to me
That's the thing.
sounds like based on the person. Whatever that person thinks, that's what being a man is. Because some people say being a man, as you said, is the brute. Yeah, you know, I'm in charge. And some people are saying being a man
But
is
some
being in
women-
touch with your emotions, knowing what a woman wants.
But some women,
So,
but some women will actually look to the man to take. We can all agree. Well, majority of us can agree. If you're in a relationship, right? Females or women,
they want a man to make.
you want a man to what? Take charge, be in charge, right? So when you're telling a man to be in charge and take charge,
They want at certain points.
hold on a second.
Right, go ahead,
When you're telling a man to take charge and be in charge, if you guys are living together and you're in a household environment, you should take that same type of concept in that atmosphere. You want me to take charge, therefore I'll make the final decision. I will take your input. I will take your advice. To me,
I
it
get
sounds
that.
kind of similar. You can't tell a male to do this, do this. You should be acting like this. You should be saying this.
Yeah.
All right. You want me to be a leader. You want me to take charge. Then I should, in the same sense, have the final decisions on major moves.
I agree with you in that.
Right.
Yeah, if someone's telling you take, then
But
yeah,
that's been historic, though. We've always had that title of the man taking charge.
yeah, but I'm saying though, taking charge doesn't necessarily mean no feelings, no emotion. That's bullshit. You're dealing with people. That's the whole thing with kids. That's what I'm saying when those like, don't cry, don't this. What do you mean? Take it. Certain situations, yes, don't cry. Like, I don't want you crying because you didn't get the lollipop you wanted. Like, no, you're not crying for that. But like, shit, if someone hurts your feelings, don't tell your child, don't cry. There's no need to cry. Because you damn well know you were crying as a kid, or you cry now as a grown man by yourself where no one is around you. You're still crying, no one sees it, but you're still letting out your emotions. Why is that allowed for you? But as a kid who don't know how to really control their emotions all the time, they can't cry. Don't get me wrong. But I don't just tell my son, don't cry. I tell my daughter too, yo, what are you crying for? I ask too, like, what are you crying for? Okay.
And that's the rule that you
There's no need to cry for that. And I'll tell them, like, you can cry. We're not saying you can't cry, but this is not a moment for that. So that's the thing, like, everything shouldn't be, if it's a man decision, just because someone says, okay, the man needs to make a decision, doesn't mean you can't make an emotional decision. Yeah. Just don't make it only something. Just depends on the situation. To me, wrap it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I got
It all depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Right.
And again,
being a leader, I don't think it should just be one person. But if you want one person, there's nothing wrong with that. Because, like you said, if someone's telling someone, be a leader, make decisions. Then I get that, right? But if it should be discussed, basically, it should be discussed on, okay, are we going to share leadership? Do you want me to be do you want me to have final decision? But obviously you have say in what goes on, but you're going to say, hey, this is what I wanted to do. What do you think? Yeah. I'll do it if you want. If you say no, no.
That's the way it should.
I don't think that's the way it should be.
Yep.
Because if you just say, I think this and this, I think it should. But if you think no, then we go with that. No, because you want that. Yeah. Right? If you say no because, well, no, I just don't want it. No, that's dumb.
Just for the sake of disagreeing.
If it's like I said, it comes back to logic. If it makes sense, then both of you should be able to make a decision. I think it should be shared.
Shouldn't be an ego thing.
Yeah. But it should be certain parts, like you said. If someone is dealing with one part of the family life, maybe they should make the final decision on that. If this person is making more decisions on here, then this person dealing with that should make the final decision. It shouldn't just be, well, this one person is overall because I make all the money. Yeah. Boom.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I agree with you. All right. One last one regarding relationships, right? If your kids are okay financially, so they're in their teens or they're in their, late teens, early 20s, and they've developed their relationship-wise, their careers off and running, and their health is okay. Would you move to another country with your spouse to live out your golden years, leaving your grown kids behind?
Yes.
Well, you answered that quickly. So you don't mind leaving your early 20-year-old child or late teen-year-old child behind to fulfill your dreams and your aspirations?
But they're
retire.
they're on their own.
They're on their
They've
own.
already, okay.
They're good. They're
They
good.
moved out. They're living their life. They're taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Why can't I go where I need to go? You left.
Me
That's what you're supposed to do.
personally, that would be hard. I mean, yes, if there's a,
Leaving them.
leaving them
you're
in like a
moving
whole
somewhere
different-
else.
Yeah,
okay.
you're moving like you're gone.
Okay.
Like you're moving to like the Caribbean, for example.
Okay.
That's hard for me to do. I would have to really think about that, right? Because if they get hurt, if they're in an accident, right, or if they're in the hospital.
You a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Okay, so what are you
Say
gonna do?
If they're, well, I could be in the same country and run to the hospital.
What are you gonna do?
I'll be there to comfort them. Whereas I can't comfort them. I can't comfort them from a whole different other country.
If they're in the room or they're knocked out because they're gonna recover, they're gonna be sleeping. What are you gonna do? I still have time to fly in. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Not on-
what? Unless you are, I want to play the other side. I get it. I don't want to make it sound like it's that easy.
Yeah.
To just get up and go. Like, obviously, if everything is fine, like they're good, like their life is good, they have good job, everything's nice.
They're not filthy rich, but
You
they're
know what
okay.
I mean? No,
They're
I'm not talking about rich, but they're good. Like, they don't need me.
Yeah.
They don't need me.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I have no problem finding somewhere. I'm not just gonna get up and go, but I'm gonna look for somewhere nice, whatever. Obviously, I'll look for somewhere that's close enough, maybe to where I can still get to see each other, but it doesn't have to be like, oh man, I'm so far where it's gonna be every 5 years, or has to be a family reunion. We're only gonna see each other. You know what I mean? Like me leaving, we lived in the States and I was saying, I'm going to go back to Canada. Okay, whatever. I'm living in another country, but okay, even if it's the islands, okay, I'm going to go they live here, I'm going to go live in the islands.
Yeah.
What, a 6-hour flight or something? Like, it's not that drastically far away where we can't, you don't need me every day. You're not seeing each other every day if I'm living here. If that was the case, that's different, but.
Say your heart and your soul is like in Trinidad, right? Would you coax your grown children at that point to come with you? Or would you say,
if they have kids and stuff, no, because
say they don't have kids. Say they're okay, they're financially okay, their health is okay.
Well,
but you yourself, you're tired of living in Canada. You don't want to live here anymore.
But my
right?
situation is done. I'm retired. That's or at that point, hopefully I'm retired. You know what I mean? Or I can retire. They can't. I can't just sit in the company and get a job. The job market, unless you work from home and you're mobile and you can just need an internet. I should come here. I'll tell them. I'm not going to force them, but I'll say, hey, come live here, or shoot, come live here for 6 months. When it's winter down there, come here and then go back somewhere over there or something. You know what I mean?
So
cool.
So we had a good conversation last night, right? And if your kids don't want you to go, but this is something that you and Jen want to do, right? You and Jen think, listen, we want to retire in Jamaica, we want to retire in Italy, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And your kids do not want you to go, even though they're financially stable and they're okay. See, they don't have kids, but they're okay here. They don't want you to go. Would you still consider staying in Canada? Or would you?
We'd have to talk. I got to figure, okay, why would you want me to go? Are you gonna?
You're my mom and dad. I want you guys close by.
Are you gonna take care of me? Are you gonna take care of me?
I can't promise you that, Dad. I can't promise that,
then
Mom. But I want you guys
to
to.
that I'm staying here. You want me here for what?
So you're willing to cut the line?
You want me? No, because you need to tell me why you want. I need the truth. You want me here to babysit for you when you want to go hang out. Just be honest about it. You don't need. What do you need me here for? Yeah. Because when you were in your 20s running around, you didn't need me. You didn't ask me to come hang out with you then. So now when I'm ready to go do my thing, you want me around for what? Why do you need me here?
Off-screen TJ, what do you think? You have your son grows up to be...
don't get me wrong. I would definitely want to be near my parents and whatever. Because like you said, if something happens, I want to be able to get there. But logically thinking, what can I do? I'm not a doctor. It's not to say I can. It's different. Like living in the same household. Yeah, if there's old and whatever, that's different because yes, I can make that phone. If you're home every day, you can't be out all the time. If you're home all the time with them, yes, that's a different story because I can make that call that can get there quicker than them waiting for someone or not being able to make the call themselves. That's a different story. But if I'm living on my own, or just you have no kids in your house with you, they don't depend on you in any way. Even if it's financial, I can wire you money. That has nothing to do with it. But it's like a physical thing. Your child is not disabled in a way, or they don't need you in that aspect physically there. And they just want you there because emotion or just around, because if I need a hand on something, you're there. That's selfish thinking on my part if I'm the child asking, and that's selfish thinking on my child for wanting me around just for their personal sake. But you're going around flying here and there, but you don't want me to leave the country. What? That makes no sense.
That's a good argument.
Right?
TJ, what do you think? What age are you willing to cut the cord from your son and say, listen, I want to go fulfill my dreams and retire off nice in the country that I've always wanted to go to? Would you leave him behind?
To be honest, I'm in that predicament right now.
Word?
Yeah, because there's other job opportunities, right? In Calgary or all that stuff. But then back in my mind, like, my son's going to be in high school, and I'm going to miss that, or my mom and grandma need help.
Those situations, and you still have a young. We're talking about kids growing. You know what I mean? He's still. Yeah, he wants to see his kids. He'll still go do stuff.
Your son is still relatively young, right? So you kind of unfortunately have to put that on a back burner. So that's understandable.
Situation. Yeah, that's an understandable one.
But let's say you're now approaching 40, 50, 55, 60, right?
Okay, to get that scholarship, he gets a scholarship to a college or something now.
Yeah.
So he's good there, like you know what I mean.
So he's good here, right? Now, do you want to stay and watch him grow and flourish and be around him,
waiting for that NBA sign, or you're gonna dip out now?
Or would you say, you know what, you're good, you're stable. It's time for me now to leave you behind. You can still reach me
wherever I am.
But now it's time for me to go and live out my golden years where I want to live. Are you able to do that mentally?
Okay.
You able to do that?
I tell you, it's really just kids.
Yeah.
If they're grown and they're stable, again, especially this day and age, technology and all that, you're gonna miss me. Pick up your damn phone and I know. After a while, you want that presence. You want to be around it because you want to do stuff. You know what I mean? But in the aspect of not being able to see them and them not see your kids go, you got the phone. Quick, boop, boop, boop. Hey, see, look, hey, grandma, blah, blah, dad, whatever, blah, 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 hi, mommy. All right, I can do it again tomorrow. You can do it now. In an emergency that happens or whatever. Video, if you need that person's help for something, whatever. As they're getting ready to come down, whatever. Like, you have all these technology. Everything now, it makes it easier to be able to be apart. It's just the physical. After a while, yes, I get it. Over time, you want to physically be with someone. That energy is different. Yeah. But as in just to be able to keep in touch and at least see them grow or whatever, you have that. You can see them every day through the phone.
I see what you guys are saying. I think it would be more difficult if they actually don't want you to go. Like to have that conversation, mom, dad. I really know that. I know you guys want to do your thing in another country, but even though I'm okay, I would love for you to stay. It would be hard for me to look my child in the eye and say, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I gotta go. That's a hard conversation.
Little example. I know it's not the exact same thing because you do come back home eventually, but it's like when you're ready to go out.
Okay.
You and the wife want to go out. Kids are like, no, I don't want you to go. Don't go. I'm gonna miss you. And they cry and cry. But you still got to think. It's like, why do you want me here? Because guaranteed, before you even were ready to walk out that door, were they playing with you?
That's true.
They didn't know who you were in that house. Yeah. But the moment you were ready to step, why do they want you there? It's for their comfort, their own reason. I'm just saying, they're kids, so that's different. But they're children, they're little kids, so it's different. But at the end of the day, they're not necessarily want you there because you're the only one here, you know, I've been playing with you the whole time, da, 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 da. No, they just want you there for their own reason. You're coming back. I'm coming back. I know when you move away, whatever, but we can still communicate. Even when I step out the house, I can video you. We can see each other. You're like, there's all these things now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's hard.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's not the easiest thing because you get used, especially if you do see them, you have like a routine of maybe even once a month. You know, it depends on the routine we have. That can make it easier or harder to leave. Like if we don't really see each other, you know what I mean? Like if this is over time, then I can do it. If it's like right away, if you move out, I'm not leaving the next day. Okay, we're gonna dip. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that type of leave. But if you had like 3 children and the last child now has been out the house for like 5 years now and everyone's established, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about going somewhere else. I don't want to be here no more. Like everything that we've done and needed has been done. We want a new adventure for ourselves. You moved out the house and gone. You have your own adventures. Not to say you're still living here. We need to pay the bills still for the house and all of that. And even if we wanted the house, okay, we'll give it to you or take the rest of the payment. Okay, now we can have somewhere to visit when we come home. And it's the same thing. It's like going to college. Now it's just us going away instead, right? You know, you stay here. So, but yeah, it depends on the routine. Like if you see someone every day or once a month, you have that routine. Yeah, it would be hard because now you know, okay, damn,
this is a massive move.
I'm not seeing them that once a month, or I don't have the opportunity to maybe even see them twice a month now. Now it might be once a year. It might be once every 2 years. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. Shout out to anybody that has kids and have to make a major decision because whatever decision you make in life and you have a family, kids always come at the top as how's it going to affect them emotionally, financially, all that stuff. But hard one.
Okay.
What do you got next?
All right. I want to do this creative. Okay. We're gonna do. Oh, is this part of the random? This is a random question too. All right. So we're in the random section, but skip that one.
Okay.
We'll do this one.
Okay.
All right. She's got to do by what? 1:30. You got to do.
1:30.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So create an all-time superstar cast using different characters from different shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can use. So I guess.
Like a mix of.
Can you use? Are we bringing in cartoon?
Yes.
Adult cartoon or like?
Yes. Anything. Anything. Right across the board.
Oh, man,
but you have to. But it has to. But it has to go in
whatever
title.
Like
yeah. Father, son.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Mother.
I was saying, yeah. So, okay, you need a father, a mother, son, daughter, and for fun, we'll throw in a pet. Okay?
Yep.
Were these examples or are these your picks?
Those are my picks, by the way, because I don't want you picking my picks.
Okay, so we'll go through your picks.
You sure?
Yeah, okay. So it's out there and they know already.
Okay, so a superstar cast. So the father,
this is
my favorite one.
This is a crazy couple, bro.
The father, if I'm creating a sitcom right off the bat, the father would be Al Bundy. I've always been a fan of Al Bundy.
I know you're a Bundy fan.
Trust me. The mother, Vivian Banks.
Which one?
The original one. Yeah, the original one. The original one.
Yo.
The son, Carlton, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Why? He, for the most part, sticks out of trouble. Smart dude. He's focused on education, higher learning. And not to put anything against Will, but Will was kind of goofy. You know what I mean?
He was a nephew. He was a nephew. It's okay.
No, he was considered a son. He was
but he was a nephew.
Yeah, but he was a son to someone.
Yeah.
Like he was.
Yeah, I know someone. Yeah.
He was a son.
Mom,
I understand
to his mother, yes.
Right.
Well, I get what you're saying.
But I would still pick Carlton to be the son. The daughter, Lisa Simpson. Again, she's.
This guy.
This
guy watches smart kids.
Yeah, she's focused on an education. She's very smart.
This guy watches some boring kids.
She's quick-witted, right? She can take.
Yeah, that's because she had Bart.
She had Bart, right?
Without Bart, she ain't quick-witted, maybe.
So she's kind of used to that verbal abuse. So
Carlton ain't gonna make her.
She can take a hit, right?
Okay.
And
I guess she can play the sax. Carlton will dance and sing.
There you go.
That dynamic
and she's actually Lisa. She was talented too.
Yeah,
right? She was mad talented.
She can play hockey.
She can play hockey, right?
I like the pet. Go ahead.
And the pet. Now I had.
never even thought about
hold on
this.
a second. I had a debate with Karen last night about this, and you're probably more knowledgeable in it than I am. For my pet, I chose Alf.
I see why.
So, was Alf a pet? Or was he an alien? He was an alien.
He's an alien. He is
But
an alien.
but when he became part of the family, it's almost
was
like he
their
was
pet.